Hello everyone and welcome back to Bahamut Lagoon. And let's see if I'm recording. It seems I am. So, let's end this, shall we? Let's go, Sandak. So, to show you what I've been up to, I leveled a bit. Guys have 62-63. Here we have 62-63. We have 55-56, 59, 61-60, and 60. So I think Reeves, the Lancers squad, gained the most levels. 10, I think. Ectorina gained 9. The ladies with Zora didn't gain that much because, well, they're primarily healing. Bew, I didn't concentrate as that much because he was 4 ahead. And Yo-Yo and Sandak actually leveled easily, so didn't try that much. We bought a lot of healing items, magic restoratives. I found some elixirs in the hard dungeon. And yeah, I think we're good. I think we're ready. So let's begin. I don't have any better equipment since we have nearly top of the line equipment. And let's see if we can defeat him. As you remember, this is Alexander now, being juiced up on Dragonite cultists. If I could call them cultists, actually. Dark hit. Good. That's 1,000. That's pretty nice and decent XP, I would say. Very decent. What will Salamander do? Like the way Alexander looks here. Need to tell that. Need to say that, not tell. Well, I'm telling you, so it kind of fits. But I hate that this head uses randomizer for status effects. I think that also includes insta-death as a status effect. So, yeah, peachy. We'll have Armageddon. Let's see how much that does. And, well, also extremely decent. The dragons will pitch in. Good. This always helps, always helps. Zora will go here and be on the lookout. She will not help unless I go closer in the dragon will. As for Metalite, need to get him closer. Here we'll work on this head. We'll have Reeve do a javelin. Think it's a good tile. Yeah, that's pretty decent damage. I think it's the hardest field hitting attack we have. Well, not counting summons, of course. How much? Well, so I'll prefer you don't do the breaths like that. Let's see how much this does. Should do about 2,000 as well, I think. Also, so now I know which head is the healing one. That's another thing. Oh, extremely decent as well. So we should be able to pierce through his healing. Basically, if he does Electron and that one does a breath, the healing... Oh, tangible HP already. Well, I guess he's a healer, so if he can restore, they didn't give him that much HP. So basically that refresh he used in battle cancels out the dragon attacks. Dang. What will you do? Randomizer. On Metalite. How will this end? Well, not bad. Hyperion, you summon. Well, not exactly. You use summon attacks. You do not summon yourself. Really? The poison ticked in? Gosh darn it. So, no use in holding off on healing and consumables here, because this is the last battle. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, since this is the last battle, I won't do a review episode, because I, well, am a fan of this game, and I don't trust myself to do an objective review of the episode, and if it's not objective, I'll just do a mini review in the last episode here. Because, yeah, I would like it to be as objective as I can, and I don't know if the fanboy in me won't get through, you know? So first off, as you can see, and saw through this whole playthrough, the game is basic when it comes to the story department, and also when it comes to the RPG elements. We don't have any dialogue choices, well, that matter. We have some to get some items, or do not get those items. We found Mist, and she's a findable character, as well as the assassins, when you remember that episode. That's, well, ah, dang it. Well, that's one of the few choices that you get, there aren't much. Same goes for the mechanics, we can't even, oh, Heaven's Judgment. We can't even access inventories or character sheets in towns in the adventure map. But one of the more in-depth mechanics, I could say, is dragon management. Not dragon fighting, because fighting is basic as they're being controlled with free commands or orders, and then they do their own commands. More often than not stupidly, but that's besides the point. So the fighting with them is kinda basic, but the whole management and the stats, this is what I like, and I don't feel any games recreated that later on. We do have management games like Monster Rancher, or I think Jade Cocoon has some kind of management. I know you caught the monsters somehow, if I remember correctly. It's been years, heck, I think 10 or 12 years since I saw Jade Cocoon, let alone tried it. So don't remember that's there, don't quote me on that. And as for Monster Rancher, yeah, but that was something kinda different. That was a rancher game. So the more emphasis was on the raising and on the ranch than on, well, elements and mechanics on the whole fighting and stats. Well, there was mechanics with the stats, but not in the same degree. How much will this do? Well, decent. And nearly as much as one refresh. So yeah, that's one thing. We have a varying degree of characters here, and they have different classes. They have their own benefits and their cons, which are visible in battle, because story-wise or adventure map-wise, we don't get to use any abilities of the characters, so that's one thing. And in battle it's decent variety. We can have quicker movement, you can have better defense, you can have summons, you can have magic, you can have healing. I think that's pretty much what you would expect from an RPG game at the minimum, so that's good here. I love the monster sprites and the dragon sprites as well. It's a shame that they didn't work more into that, or they didn't do another entry. For example, I see this as being very much iterated upon on PSX or PS2, because the Super Nintendo didn't have that much resources to work with, although they did do well. Oh, come on, dude. So yeah, so that's kind of good. Story-wise, well, we tried to save the kingdom. Then, after saving the kingdom, it happens to be a big evil lurking around. So we gotta save the world, it seems. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Before another war reignites between the dragons. And etc, etc. So, not very convoluted, although they do get, I have to hand them on, they do get, besides the basic save the world and maybe get the girl from the start, they do subvert those expectations. The girl actually loves someone else. Saving the kingdom involves using dragons, which have another agenda, all different altogether, which then leads to another different fight because of what happened. So yeah, it is decently iterated upon, decently complex for a game this matter. I would say story isn't the worst department here. Music is cool. I like the battle music. Alexander has his own battle music, as you can hear. Maybe none of the tracks are a banger. You won't hear Dancing Mad from Final Fantasy VI here. You won't hear Clash on the Big Bridge or anything. So yeah, in that case, it's not a banger in that sense. Or we had Chrono Trigger from Super Nintendo that had a lot of good ones. This one has decent tracks, but certainly not of that degree. But not all games can have that. That's another thing. Okay, will anyone die here? What could I say else about it? If you're interested in an easy to learn and quite fun, but short, which isn't a bad thing, JRPG game, I would actually recommend this. It's kinda cool, if you can get past the way it looks and the way it's kinda basic in the mechanics department outside of those dragons, like I said. Then there is fun to be had here. Also if you like tactical games, because that's another important thing. There is fun to be had here, like I said. Is it challenging? Well, decently. The main story begins getting challenging till the end, I'm afraid. Ooh, he's nearly done. Yeah. There are those side missions, like the side dungeon. They're not mandatory to do, but there is something you can do. Ooh, maybe I will actually finish him off with Zora and her dragon. I think I'll do that, instead of risking it. And I'll heal the boys at their own turn. And finish her off. Good dragon, sir? Yeah, I was afraid you weren't gonna do that. One head's done. I like the mechanic of influencing drops by different kind of finishers. That's a cool one. Definitely. And like I said, would I recommend it? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. It's a very decent game for what it is. Also, for someone that played earlier Final Fantasies, especially 6, 5, you will definitely see some familiar sprites going on. That's a thing. And yeah, chill game for those wintry nights, or autumn wintry nights. Can be done quick, can be quite decent in variety depending on what you change your dragons into, how you form your squads, because you saw that I had a bunch of dudes in the back rows or in the garrisons because I couldn't use all of them. So you could experiment on that and try different squads and different types of units. That's always a thing. All in all, I don't think this game would win an award for anything, but it's a fun formula that I would like to see more of. And to be honest, I'm wondering why we didn't see more of. Now may be not a great time because of the whole Nintendo shenanigans and the lawyers things, because you have your part with dragons that you, in sort of a way, change or evolve, you could say. So that could be kinda iffy on if they do a potential iteration on this. Yeah, I know. Can't be sure if that's a thing that would happen. Also, I don't know if it will sell well, as it's a niche title. I don't think people remember Bahamut Lagoon outside of die-hard fans like me, for example. definitely there are fans of the game. I talked to some. For example, Two-Tone Tony is a fan of this game, and you can find his YouTube channel, which he does amazing playthroughs, where he writes his own story for Final Fantasy VI mods, before Chaos mod. And he plays various Final Fantasy mods and challenge runs. So it's kinda cool. He also played Breath of Fire Randomizer, and Breath of Fire is one of my other favorite ever game series. Oh, also I will show you can damage the main head now. See? It did damage, but it didn't. Yup. And yeah. So, back to what was I saying? Keep getting distracted and keep trying to concentrate on my voice not breaking. As you can see, I can't seem to heal it fast enough. Yeah, so I talked about Tony and his channel and him being also a fan. Outside of that, I honestly didn't seek any fans of this game. Not that I know of. Probably there are more that do videos about it. I know... Wait. I know. HC Bailey did a Bahamut Lagoon playthrough. Yeah. Now I remember. And HC Bailey is another cool dude. If you like JRPGs, he plays a lot of them. And his way of playing them differs quite much from my way of playing them. I like a more organic way. I like blind playthroughs and playthroughs that can result in shenanigans, weird situations, and me having trouble. And which you can see in some playthroughs. As for HC Bailey, he's more of a practice guy. He practices runs before he does a playthrough. He does try to do most of the things perfectly, from what I remember. If not all of them that he can do. So, at least in his YouTube playthroughs. I don't know about the streams, because I don't have time to watch streams, unfortunately. And that's the second head. Yeah. So, I know two guys that did playthroughs of this game now. And there are probably many more fans outside of Japan, and I'm not even talking about in Japan, because inside there must be a lot of fans as well. Come on. It is a pretty decent game. Like I said, not award-winning, but it is decent. It is decent. What I would iterate upon? I will definitely iterate upon the dragons. We would need more dragon types. More... I don't know if more stats, but maybe differentiate the stats. Give us some way to do armor avoidance. Maybe give some different types of elements yet again, and different types of special attacks depending on combinations of elements. Not only one mega attack like in one form like dudes have now, like FX has Raging Flames or something. Give us sort of a combination of elements or traits upon a dragon that give them different types of ultimates or abilities, you know? Also have more abilities than just basic attacks plus your special. You can do a lot more here. Okay, let's move. And that's definitely a thing. Then I would iterate with the whole battle formula as well. And to move from that early Fire Emblem thing, or Shining Force kind of formula. I was wondering what to say this looks like for me. Well, maybe not exactly Shining Force or Fire Emblem. I'm kind of wanting to do a game that had similar, but not exactly. I can't seem to find it. It's not Tactics Ogre-like. You did have squads, but you didn't choose attacks, etc. It's not Final Fantasy Tactics. It's more primitive than that. It's not Fire Emblem exactly, because Fire Emblem you had a squad or a unit squad, or a simple unit like a knight or an archer. But you get the drift. I would iterate on this formula. Maybe do it more like an advanced Final Fantasy Tactics formula. Maybe not have squares, but had the map in different tiles and have different ways of encountering a unit on set tile. For example, I don't know, not octagons. That would be too much. Hexagons maybe, or something like that, like in Civilization. And let us do side attacks and back attacks for different types of bonuses. That would be interesting. Definitely would be interesting. Don't attack that head. That would definitely be interesting. It didn't say anything not being effective, so... What, the healing head is the head we need to get rid of? Anywho, yeah, definitely work on that part. Also, more to do on the adventure map, on the story map. Have quests or side quests, like in Final Fantasies, where you can meet a guy that tells you about something. For example, I don't know, in Final Fantasy VI you had that whole send a book, receive something side quests, or you had hidden dungeons. Definitely we would need to add more dungeons than 3 here. I don't know if we would need a full-blown adventure map, but something along the lines where you could visit places would be a nice thing, I guess. And like I said, iterate definitely on side quests. Next, the whole characters. I am a fan of the jobs the character has, like here, but I would like to see job changes and influencing the character more than we can here. I know that the jobs fit the characters role-wise and story-wise here, but it would be kinda cool if you could change them, or at least evolve them Fire Emblem style with crests or something, to get more of a power boost on your characters than simple equipment. I would definitely keep the way you can influence drops, because that's a cool system. It's not something out of this world new, but it is something that I like, that you can influence that. So that's another thing. More types of equipment or different types? Definitely iterate upon elemental affinities and status effects. Have them more usable and more present. I know that's a lot on the wish list, but I think it's doable. I think it's definitely doable. Oh, let's trample his wings, why don't we? Jeez. Going through the guy's back, are we? Cruel. Not intangible HP yet. Ooh, this guy is tough. An Armageddon, sir? What else could we do here? What else could we do? I am content with how the battles pay off, that one round you, one round enemy kind of thing. It gives you enough opportunity to strategize and choose what you would want to do. Wouldn't like full-blown battles, because that would be kind of weird. That one turn you, one turn them, it's pretty good. I think that I wouldn't change. But I would give you more mechanisms maybe to use in a battle. I mean, ninjas could throw shit, mages could cast barriers, for example, because there are no barriers here or anything. There are a severe lack of buffs. I know the red magic that Sendak uses has buffs, but it's one buff. Not talking also about debuffs, because we don't have very much debuffs. We have status effects, we have poison, stone, sleep, etc. Yeah, but we don't have debuffs. We don't have weaken to lower the attack damage. We don't have debilitate for lowering magic damage. We don't have, something to crush the enemy's defense or magic defense. We don't have those. We don't have debuffs. Summons, I think the summons is a fair good amount of them. I would maybe work on the elemental department of the summons, because there are much non-elemental ones and low elemental ones. Also would work definitely on the animations in everything, because, yeah, you know, it was Super Nintendo, they couldn't do that cool animations, you know, that much in the animation department. But now we could go bonkers with the animations, you know? So there's a lot to be done here. And all in all, yeah. Do some cool character mechanics, get the classes something more than just attack and special attack. And we're golden. And we're golden. Maybe get some equipment that not only acts as a plus to stats, but also gives something, like, I don't know, a sword that has double strike, but is slightly weaker in the attack boosting department. Give some things that make you faster, but are weaker. Give some things that are multi-hit, like I said. Maybe allow us to make some mage weapons that are ranged and some that are close range, you know, staves and wands, for example, they could be differentiated in range. There's a lot of things we could do here, depending on what we would... Really now you needed to... Dude, that was just uncalled for. So yeah. So that's a thing. Let me check the recording for a moment. 25 minutes, okay. I was wondering if it's still running correctly. Ooh, dude's done. Nice. That's a lot of XP. Now we're left with the main head. Hit him? Nope. Why did you refresh them? Oh yeah, they were banged up. Those guys not so much. Now, Medlight, good sir. Position yourself and start whacking. Definitely some cool motifs with dragons like we have with Alexander. And maybe I would think also on the scale. Because dragons are bigger than our guys in the battle, yeah. But the scale on the adventure map and the scale when we're feeding them, etc., it's kind of off here. But yeah, I know it's something meant to do the work, give you an easier work in the animating department, on the sprite department. And you didn't have that much power on the console to play with, so I know that they exactly couldn't do that, even if they wanted. At least not to a degree. They did it with some dragons like Alexander and the Holy Dragons, their statues. But I would like to see more of that, especially on your dragons. They should be... Oh, like I said, we see bingo, strafing magic. Only strafing buffing magic we have in the game. So yeah, we don't even have access to quick like the enemies have. So yeah, we'd like to have more of that scale thing, because dragons were supposed to be imposing beasts, and some of the forms that we have on our guys are I don't even know what they are. I mean, dude's made of circle heads, and there are 4 heads attached one to another. What the heck is that? I don't know who smoked something, but he picked the wrong stuff to smoke. So yeah, let the animation department or the model department kind of work on that, you know? Make the dragons more menacing, like Hyperion or Alexander here or Bahamut. Yeah, those are good designs, you know? Not the 4 heads stuck on one of each other design. Nightmare from Elm Street shit. So yeah, otherwise I would say it's a decent game. And that's why I'm kinda hard on... It's kinda hard for me to get a good review. Because now when I would want to get a score, I'm wondering what the score should be. This is definitely not a 10 out of 10 game. No, sir. This is not even a 9 out of 10 game. I would say, objectively, taking all those things into account, the basic mechanics, the story, the lack of choices, and lack of ways you can influence your character, etc., I would say 7 out of 10 game. I would say a very decent game. You could feel that it was made between other titles that required more staff and more work, so this is more of a we need money and we can make a good game, but an easier one or smaller scale one type of thing. They still did good. So yeah, I think 7 out of 10 is a good score for this game. Taking all of that into account. I really think it does. I really think it's a fair score, yeah. Yeah. Also Magic Gin. There's also the fact that this game wasn't fully professionally translated, just with the help of people, so there's also the script that would be a good idea to work on. I do have a user left me information about there being a better, newer script that was iterated upon, and I didn't know because this is an old version of the game I had from the DJAP translation, so yeah, this translation probably was iterated upon, I believe that. If the new one is better, hard to tell, I didn't play it, but the user said it's pretty decent, and it makes do without those weird-ass translations with more plausible ones. So maybe that's the one you should try. Can't tell who made the translation, because it escapes me now. But I think one of the dudes credited in the beginning scene that I had in the first episode, I think? Did I show it? I definitely showed it. Yeah, I think I definitely showed it. So, anywho, yeah, 7 out of 10. I think that's a fair assessment of the game. As much fair as I can be. Your assessment can vary. That's a normal thing. Also, it depends on how much jank and how much you are affected by the game looks and the simplicity of it. You can still have fun if the game isn't a AAA billion-dollar production, you know? Okay, so he uses the summon attacks but without the summons. Animating. Okay. Ooh, no, he barely lived through it. Sorry about that, Barclay. Forgot you were damaged. Now we should be good. Just in case. You guys probably aren't damaged, but let's see. Oh no, you were, a bit. Okie doke. How are we doing with the HP, Alexander, man? Nope, still not visible. Let's summon. So that will be the end of the review segment. Because I don't think I have anything else to add. So we should take care of Alexander now. It's hard to get a constructive thing right out of your head, you know, without practicing it or writing out points. But I think we covered the most we could in a basic way. But I think it's a good way here. Okay, yeah, now we're talking, We see the HP now, so he is close to being done. Dude's baked to perfection, nearly. Okay, should be enough to get us through this. Armageddon doesn't cost that much. Decently working, decently looking effects and sprites for a SNES game. Okay, how about now? Probably 800-ish. Yeah. Closer and closer. I think this turn he's cooked, because Bu's squad does by itself a hefty amount of damage, and we have also Metalite and the Lancers, and the Summoners, so he's definitely toast in this one. Definitely. If we're lucky, even Bu's squad could take her out. Take him out, sorry. We'll see, we'll see. I don't know why I can't heal completely out of this. Good god. Okie doke. Should be either one squad or two. Attack. Depending if the dragon helps. Or not. Nah, this could be the end. Salamander, yeah, this could be the end. Especially if it's, yeah, a physical attack like... Oh yeah, this is the end of him. He is cooked royally. More than 2,000? Yeah. And presto. Alexander's done. Wasn't that bad as you can see, even though the levels were scary. Don't need to even be close to him in levels, although one head was 65, so we were kinda close. With Buse squad and Metalites. But definitely don't need to be close to the level 81 to win. Well, that wouldn't be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, what you gonna do there? Can I move? Nope. Can you say what? Genki Dama time? Really? You kinda know why that is, don't you? You do know, don't you? Okay. Yeah, I saved your ass a bunch of times. That's definitely a thing that happened. Or you could say that, I suppose. Yeah. Just hold your hands upwards and do the Genki Dama. I don't know why we had to do the grab ourselves by our hands and other funky stuff, but... go ahead, lady. Oh, so why did you ask me? So how did you grab on when you're facing the... How exactly does this work? I don't wanna be haunted by a Dragon King. I don't wanna. Dude's gonna possess me, then I'll go crazy. What are you mopping there? Dude! Zora's son was cleaning something. Guess the temple floor. Did that work or... Phrasing. Phrasing, please. Really? Then propose what? What should I do? How do I help her? Hit her in the head? With a stick? Cast a cure magic? Or force feed her a potion? Which? Sir? Dude, really? Okay now? If you say so. We believe a Blue Man Group guy with horns. I guess. You gonna eat him or what are you doing there? Oh, so you're resurrecting the bodies then. I'm guessing. Yeah, each will come from each dragon and they will resurrect their bodies like they told us in the previous story. Or yeah, it was the previous or was it even one before that? When we got to Aurelius. Not Aurelius. When we got here, don't remember this world's name, escapes me now, and met the Dragonites first, that made that old Dragonite, he told us about that. Why can I remember this world's name? Altair. Oh, Aurelius is our world. This world is Altair. Now I remember. Needed to jog the old memory. Dude, you Do you have to do each and every one? Ah, Fat Snake Man. Dragon, I should say. Okay, okay, we're getting closer. Spicy Boy Dragon now? Yep, Spicy Boy. I like this design. I like a Scorpion Dragon. Although he does look like a nightmare, but that fits him. And he was kinda angry. And now Bahamut, I think. I was gonna say, why does he get a special text? But he's in the name of the game, so maybe that's why. Poster Boy. And someone come for Alexander, or... Nope, Alexander is in the head jail now. Oh. Okie doke, that ain't that bad? Oh, that sounds very bad, actually. Yeah. Seem to be. Okay. Well, you said that, yes, but that's also the King of the Dragons there, but... So-called King of the Dragons. Appointed by himself, because no one else was here. Yeah, if you say that. Yeah, what's going to happen? It's kind of a nice way to say, lady, I just got here. Sorry? Phrasing? Yep, yes. Yes, we would like to. How do you propose we do that? Gonna open the hole in the sky again, or... Or so can I not kneel? Really now? You're gonna leave me here with Bahamut? Thanks? Okay. Yes, that's how time works, Bahamut. That's how time works. Exactly. Okay. Yes, also how that works. Thank you, keen observer of the obvious dragon. Yes, I would like to go home, but I was injured. Then that is... Oh. Thanks. Probably does, especially to an egomaniac like you. I mean, gotta go with the Sentai cool pose. But no, we'll do the Braveheart. We'll do the for freedom. Yeah. See how the armor shines. Dude, that's enough. That makes it look awkward. That's enough. Come on. Is that armor solar powered or what? How you keep it shining so much? Is that a new paste you have or something? I don't know. Also, that's quite convenient how that opened up and closed. Anywho, we're back at this lagoon. Yeah, you all guys always wanted a house. Yup. It actually was. The beginning of the resistance. Yep. Oh, come on, guys. Yeah, what do you mean but? No buts. Exactly. Probably did. Probably did. Yeah. Oh, come on, dude. Maybe this once. Maybe just this once you can. Don't mention it. Also, where am I going to stay? What will happen to me? Guys, come on, don't fade to black. Ah, dang it. Yeah, probably nowhere to be found. Yeah, what is it? What's been decided? Yeah. Oh? Okay. Who is it? Definitely not you. Him? Isn't... Well, I guess... Kinda is. Kinda is. So... What will Metalite do without his best buddy now? Is he gonna go sad and all? Because no one else wants to. Yeah. That was long ago. Well, doesn't matter. You're king now. See? Everyone's on board. Also, why do you have those menacing gargoyle water fountains? Okay. Okay, that's 4 subjects out of a lot. So I guess we have this one in the bag. Yeah, no more. It's all ended. And... in a convoluted way, maybe. In a very convoluted way. Okay. I kinda guess why, yes. Dude, what are you all even on about? Sometimes I wonder. Ho ho. Yeah, and what you gonna do about it? Make this kingdom a thriving place full of peace? Is that the answer? Yeah, he's gonna get assassinated. So much for being lovey-dovey with Yo-Yo. This one didn't end well. But the dude should have expected something in that kinda, you know, in that sort of flavor. I would think he would have expected jail time for the rest of his life, but he actually got a knife in the back. Okay. Whatever. Not here. Oh, okay, so he's going senile. Faster than Sendak. Well, how dare a man have hobbies, it seems. Maybe he likes to mumble to the throne. Yeah, see? Extravagant? I don't know if that's the right word here, if I'm being honest. I would say became an excellent man, not an extravagant one, but that would fit better. Okay. Yes. And? Oh, okay. And who's in charge? Over all of them? You know how much work that is? Good God. That ain't a promotion. Definitely not BK. But yeah, we get a quite nice ending here. Kinda in the vein of FF6, really. Or at least it seems similar to me. With the whole walking around, them doing something, everyone gets a story piece and all. Maybe it was both, or maybe it was the friends we've made along the way. You don't know. I don't know, heck, no one knows. But, are there buts? Yes, they are. It won't? Ah, dang it, man. Alright. It is. Yes, thank you, it is. I kinda feel that sometimes. We all do. And... boy, will you get to that house or not? He did? Huh. Okay, okay. Not exactly alone, there's still Alexander in Yo-Yo's head. Some, probably. Came to be called? Is it? Yeah, the title. So now you know what the title means. It's the unified world of the lagoons after the whole war. We do get a... oh, Neil Cornett. I think he's the guy that did a better translation than your one. We do get a New Game Plus here. And in New Game Plus, you retain, I think, levels and equipment. But you also get Alexander as a summon. So that's a thing. Don't remember if he's good or not. Didn't use him much, didn't play New Game Plus a lot. Let me just fast forward a bit, so we get to see what's here. And don't have this take a eternity to get through. Oh look, it's Bahamut. And he has a corporal form. How cool is that? And it's Bew riding a Bahamut. Cool. And that's the end. Ta-da! And that's another LP in the bag. Thank you guys for watching this. Thank you for being with me through this LP, which was one of my favorite games. And yeah, it was, I think, something more for me than for anyone else. Yes, this is the end. I agree. Oh, just need to fast forward. Why didn't I have save? There should be a New Game Plus here. Oh, AX Play. That's the New Game Plus. So yeah. Like I said, thank you. Thank you for all of that. And await a new series. That's all we can do for now. So thanks again. And most importantly, cześć.